time. Got liquor on the table, I don't mind. Where the night goes, your skin on mine. I see no other people, love is blind. But that's alright though. Pull me down, drown me in this thing I'm feeling. Round and round, the world is turning upside down. Tell me how I could be the one you're needing, girl. Your touch is driving me wild. I want your body on me. This moment is fleeting, so don't go away. I want your body on me. This moment is magic, I want you to stay. When you're playful, give it time. I'll make you mine, girl, your hand in mine. I'll lead you far away, girl, so divine. Our lips touch, our eyes close. Pull me down, drown me in this thing I'm feeling. Round and round, the world is turning upside down. Tell me how I could be the one you're needing, girl. Your touch is driving me wild. I want your body on me. This moment is fleeting, so don't go away. I want your body on me. This moment is magic, I want you to stay. I want your body on me. This moment is fleeting, so don't go away. I want your body on me. This moment is magic, I want you to stay. Your body on me. I want you to stay.
You know it all. Hello everybody. It's 10 p.m. We're going live any second now. I hope you're all well. Make some moves. Scream if you want to go faster. Enough of that, really. Hello, one and all. I hope you're doing fine. I hope you can hear me fine. Let's just take that up there. How are you all doing? Hello, 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 chat. Always a pleasure to see you. I hope you're all fine today. And dandy today, Monday the 27th of April, or Stadia Connect Eve, as I like to call it. I hope your stocking is hung above the Stadia fireplace, waiting for Father Stadia to come down the Stadia chimney with his Stadia presents. Yes, Stadia Connect tomorrow. Anyway, I hope you're all good, fine and dandy. I hope you all enjoyed Stadia Super Saturday. Yes, Stadia Super Saturday. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed. I enjoyed partaking in it. I had an absolute blast. It was really nice to see so many people come and see you and come into the chat, and that was really cool. And then just going to, I dipped into most people's events and chats all through the day. I do have a life, but I tried to get in to see what other people had to say and what was going on, and it was just great to see the same old faces, new faces, hear different voices. I even dropped into one of the Spanish Stadia streamers to see what they had to say. Not that I understood it entirely, but I said hola, and I think they were doing Grid. Nice to see Grid in Spanish. So there you go. So good. So let me know. Did you all enjoy Stadia Super Saturday? Did you see much and stuff like that? Oh, Michael John, straight in with the wow. Thank you very much. Look, I'll try to read out everybody's comments, but if you definitely want to read the comments, hey, here's wishing you a good stream, just like that, then avail yourself to the super chats. It's a great way to support the channel. If you want to show your love, then we'll just hit the like. That'll do. But if you want to show your love and support the channel, then super chats, super stickers are really a great way to show that, and it's always appreciated. You don't have to, but always, always appreciated. Anyway, today's show I have titled my top 10 predictions for Stadia Connect. Many people have done some videos over the last couple of 24 hours or so talking about it with their predictions and stuff, and I've seen there's lots of Twitter, lots of speculation. We're all like excited children before Christmas, hence the over elaborate Christmas analogy I made earlier. But we are like, I was just thinking how like it's ridiculous. We're grown men and women. Why are we getting so excited about the announcement? And it's because we love the platform and we love the potential of the platform. And so when there is potential announcements of more great things coming to that platform, of course we get excited. It's what our life's all about. So anyway, it's going to be very exciting tomorrow. But like all Christmases, sometimes it can be a little bit disappointing if you over hope. So just manage your expectations. We'll talk about it today, but let's just be cool. I hope there's some nice big presents tomorrow under the Stadia Christmas tree, and I'm sure there will be, but let's not get carried away that there's every present on our wish list. I used to have to make a Christmas present wish list. Doesn't mean I was going to get all of them. It was just to give an idea of what I might get. So let's put some things on that list and be happy if we get one of them. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's have a quick look at the chat. So we've got Resurrect, of course, we have Alucard, Dave Whitnall, Bobby has whale kisses. Oh, I love that name. Always great to see you. Dazadini, Engage. Come on, Google. Yeah, sponsor me. Engage. Oh. Are we back? Let's take that out. We had a bit of a connection there. Sorry, folks. It happens. Disconnections. Wow, MA there with the well, everybody's been really nice and sweet. That's really nice. I hope I'm back there and you can see me all. Let me know we're all good. We're back. Phew! We're back. Anyway, look, we're going to talk about Stadia Connect. As I said, tomorrow, I've done a presentation. I've done a little presentation which I would like to share with you all now. So that's what we're going to do. So without further ado, let's get that going. Present. And we will go to that screen and we will transition. There we go. Do you like my presentation? I can't see the chat now. Let me put my chat on my mobile phone because I've got the presentation going. Take that down. Whoops. Right, there I can see the chat there. So please forgive me if I don't always pick up on all the chat now because I've got it on the phone because I'm doing this presentation. So here we are, class, as we say. Widnall, straight in with the £2. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate that because you don't have to do that, but it really helps support the channel, helps to pay for some of the stuff to sort of so that we can do this. New computer coming tomorrow, I think. Please. Anyway, back to Stadia Connect. So as you all know, Stadia Connect, there's been a lot on Twitter today about it and in the subreddit. I say that because some weird conversations in, not weird, but, you know, some angry people in Reddit. Anyway, that's a different arena. We're not going to talk about that today. Stadia Connect tomorrow. So a lot of predictions. I know there was a leak that people have been sharing around on Twitter from 4chan. And interestingly enough, in my Generation X gaming podcast with The Rock, I mentioned that there were rumors that Xbox were going to be doing two virtual presentations, one in May and one in June, a bit like Stadia Connect, but they're Xbox versions. And it had broken down that they were going to be talking about their new Xbox Lockhart, which will be a kind of a cheaper version of the next gen console for people to buy who don't want to go sort of premium and get the Xbox Series X. So it'll be the Xbox Series S. Anyway, they were going to present that and all their games and stuff. Anyway, this leak came from somebody on 4chan. So it's just interesting that was a leak about the Xbox presentations that are coming out and rumored and had been sort of verified, sort of verified by other sources, not verified, but other sources had suggested similar. So it's interesting, but then again, it could just be wishful thinking on our part that we want it to be true, everything they said. Some of the stuff in there, if you've not read it, you should check it out, but things like Fortnite coming and stuff, I'm not sure. If that happens, that's earth-shattering. You might not look at Fortnite, but the significance, if that happens. So somehow I don't think that's like the top of, like, if that happens, it's not necessarily the top of my wish list, but in terms of taking Stadia into the mainstream, which as I've talked about before on my on my Saturday show, you know, we're in our bubble. We'll take Stadia for granted, but the man in the street who might be thinking about doing some gaming, or the woman in the street, or whatever, or kids, they don't know what Stadia is, as I said, and I'm going to come to that in this little presentation. But something like Fortnite takes it into the mainstream. That's the key thing. Well, this is the thing. I can't believe Fortnite will be on there. Anyway, to my predictions. Let's... Okay, so here we go. Is this step 2 in a bigger marketing plan? So this is what I'm talking about. So last year, obviously in March time at the original sort of Stadia Connect, they announced, ladies and gentlemen, we're launching, you know, cloud gaming, as you know, and we're going to officially launch it to the public. And it's going to be called Stadia. And that's what they were talking about. And now who they were aiming at then were really, they were talking to the industry, really, regular gamers, early adopters, to get them on board. Okay, that was really the function. That's why they talked about the specs, talked about some of the development tools they would have. So last year was really about get those early adopters, get the industry on board, get developers on board, tell them about the potential of Stadia, what it's all about, get them interested so the developers start working on games and to sign up some publisher deals and stuff like that. And hopefully gamers will be going, yeah, wow, fantastic. Not sure that quite worked out. And early adopters, like many of us who kind of got the Founders Edition or jumped on early on Stadia, would get involved. So that was all last year. So that to me suggests that this year, you know, obviously we can discuss to what degree they were successful in convincing gamers and the press and all that early adopters. Early adopters, yes, but some of the gamers and stuff they were aiming at. But they had to do it, in my view. They had to do that. You've got to go through that stage, convince the industry, convince developers, convince sort of gamers, you know, who are hardcore gamers who are kind of aware of consoles and things like that, that this stage is a thing. We're through that stage now. You know, Stadia has launched. You know, when I say Stadia, I mean what was known as Stadia Base. Stadia is launched. Stadia Pro is there. It's nice, clean and simple. It's available in 14 countries to play, and it's free. So they've kind of got through that bit, and there's a reasonable library of games for a console that's 5 months old, put it that way. So I see this very much as stage 2, step 2. launching to the masses who don't really know what Stadia is. So Stadia Connect is going to be linking up what they've done from their announcement from last year up to now, talking about the future. But I think all of this is framed with taking Stadia to the mainstream, and that could well be a big name drop, like a Fortnite, like an EA game, like a FIFA or a Madden, some big game that, you know, a super popular game that just casual gamers play, people who don't, you know, aren't into weird indie Switch games and that kind of stuff. Big name games that anybody who plays the game recognizes, that kind of thing, to take it to the masses. And I think this is the function of Stadia Connect tomorrow: a catch up on where they're at, a sort of roadmap of where they're continuing to go, but most importantly, positioning themselves ready for the mass market. And I think that's what they're going to do. Akuda says, I expect to see YouTube button play now. FIFA for me, career mode, yeah. The real marketing starts after the Connect. Yeah, this is what I think. This is right. So this is what. So my point is, I guess, they proved it works, okay? Whether gamers, you know, the hardcore gamers have embraced it or not, it doesn't matter. The point is, those that have got it, tried it, actually go, you know, actually it works. It works. They've got the developers on board. We know that. They had some early developers on board. They had Ubisoft on board. We know now that they're signing up more and more, and behind the scenes, they are doing the deals. So we know they've got the developers on board. So now it's about delivering a package to the masses. So here are my top 10 predictions, and then from these top 10 predictions, I'm gonna stake my name on 5. Okay, let me know what you think when I share these. See whether you agree, think I've missed anything obvious, or whatever. Now, some of them are. I've tried to be specific where I can, because I want to make them sort of solid predictions. The sort of, you know. What was that stupid woman who used to do the horoscopes, that used to name names in the horoscopes? So precise. Anyway, here we go. So, prediction number 1. At the moment, they're only in 14 countries, I believe. They're in Spain, they're in Italy, they're not in Portugal. So I think they're going to roll out to more countries. Okay, that's one of my predictions. Number 2, new games. Obviously, there's going to be new games. That's not my prediction, because that's obvious that's going to happen. But my specific prediction in this case is an EA game will be announced. There will be some EA involvement. Now, whether that is Apex Legends or FIFA, I don't know. But I think there will be some EA game announcement. Jedi Fallen, maybe. But something from EA, some relation with EA. That's what I think. Next one. Yeah, the rollout of what I call just YouTube streaming, you know. So I think they'll be saying, we want people to play the games, but we want people to be able to share that game experience. And we have YouTube and the biggest platform, blah, blah, blah. Now we're giving, you know, we said we'd be doing this. Now we'll be launching this in stages or from such and such date. So rolling out the YouTube streaming, because you just think from a marketing point of view, like for instance, I'd love to stream on a more live gameplay, but from Stadia, but I can't really do it because I don't quite have the bandwidth. I have the bandwidth to play Stadia in 4K, marvelous, no problems. But to play it and then so get the gameplay down and then get the game stream up, I don't really have enough bandwidth, so it's quite frustrating. I definitely would do more of my Lord Kensal gaming channel, Lord Kensal of Stadia, if I could stream. But of course, the beauty of Stadia streaming to YouTube is they send the stream themselves. You don't do it, so it's not taking up any of my bandwidth. That's going to open up the market for streaming for everybody, basically. If you can get Stadia, you can stream. And that is amazing. And they know the value, and we've read it before in press stuff and things like that. They know the value of people watching people play. They want this. This is not about this whole project, Stadia, Google getting into games. It's not just about Stadia. It's about YouTube as well. Because they've seen what's happening at Twitch and Amazon. Amazon owns Twitch, of course, and it's the biggest live streaming platform. Game-wise, game watch-wise, I think it's over at YouTube because that's all pre-recorded stuff. Live stuff, it's over at Twitch. And the marketing value in that, you take someone like PewDiePie or whatever that, and he streams. So Minecraft, Minecraft's always been popular, but when PewDiePie started streaming Minecraft again, last year, early last year or middle of last year, the popularity of Minecraft shut up again. You just take someone like Shroud, Dr. Disrespect or something like that. They jump on a game. The marketing value of that is immense. And so for Stadia and YouTube, that's more than just a nice to have. It's actually beneficial to them that everybody, because basically it means that we're all doing their marketing work and we're all doing the marketing work for publishers, which they love. Next one, number 4, teaser of a game. Yeah? I think we're going to see it. They showed some demos, okay, of what their sort of development tech could do that only Google could do. So that kind of projecting an art style onto an existing game. So you have that sort of existing game model playing, and then they could say, okay, make it look like a Van Gogh or something like that. And it projected that image and style onto it. And a few people have been talking about that kind of machine learning stuff. So I think the fact that they've got demos and stuff, I think we'll see a teaser. I talked a bit on Stadia Super Saturday about how in development, often they do a level. Long before the game is anywhere complete, they do a demo level. It may not have all the lighting in place, but it's a pretty good workable demo that they can show. And often that is the bit that they kind of enhance slightly as a teaser, like a year in advance of a game being published. So they could be in that position. And with their kind of artificial intelligence and stuff, machine learning, they could easily dress up a quick level of a game to show you, just to give you a hint and a teaser. So I think we're going to see a teaser. Yeah. Alucard is saying here, a teaser or trailer for a game made using the Project Chimera tech. So that's what I'm kind of alluding to. I think that they could, because of the speed ramp required to develop games using that machine learning, they could easily get a demo level. Oh dear. So this will either be from Shannon Studstill or Jade Raymond. Now, this is not a prediction because I'm sure one of them will be on, but I'm it's sort of not an official prediction. One of those two will be present, probably Jade. But that's a given, I think. That's a given. Let me know what you think. How am I doing so far? Those 4. Do you agree with them? Do you think... do you have any favourites? Put in the chat which one you think is the most likely. So, next 10 seconds, put in the chat what you think. Just put in a number. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Which is the most likely? Jerome, this is not a dating site. I don't know whether Jade is single. It's not for me to look up. The GF might not be too happy. Right. So let me know in the chat. Anyway, what do you think? Put in 1, 2, 3 or 4. 2s. We're getting 4s. 2s. A lot of 2s there. New game, obviously. Yeah, well, that's obvious. Yeah, EA game. That's what we're talking about. Number 2 is specifically an EA game. And a teaser. 3. They defo need to dangle the carrot. Yeah. Resurrected checked. Is she? I'm asking for a friend. Right, number 5. I think they could announce it's being available for more mobile phones. Apple? I don't think so. But I definitely think maybe more mobile phone rollout. We could see that. New publishers on board. That's not a biggie, but I think, again, linked a bit to EA. So could we have Activision Blizzard? Not the whole catalogue, but just saying Activision Blizzard are going to bring Overwatch 2 or something like that to the party. So I think we're going to see some of the big 3 or 4 publishers bringing, sort of putting their logos up on the board behind Google. So that's what I think. New publishers on board. Another timed exclusive, so not in-house. So maybe that one, what was their name? What was the studio that they signed up with? Oh, I talked about it, that worked on the Gears franchise. Oh, it's going to bug me now. Come on, guys. We talked about it in a few weeks ago when they were talking at their GDC, Google's GDC. Oh, I've got it somewhere. I don't want to look it up. The computer will crash. Anyway, so it's a studio that they work. Splash Damage, before anybody says it. Splash Damage. It came to the head. Big brain. So maybe something they've been working on with Splash Damage. Thank you, Resurrector. Splash Damage. So that's what I'm talking about. So as this is slightly different from the in-house game, but a game that the overall studio is working on with another developer potentially. So could be a Splash Damage game. Quick check Google. It's all right. I remembered it. It just took a little bit of time. Rick Tone saying here, Star Wars. Rick, lovely to see you. You're all over the various Stadia content people here, just in all their streams. I see. It's really nice to see. Thank you for that. We appreciate that kind of support. So thank you, Rick. Anyway, another timed exclusive. Done that. Wireless controller for Chrome browser rollout. Some of the, these things are due anyway. That was due. I'm going to let them off because of COVID, but that was due by the end of March, to be honest. It was one of the things they said they'd deliver first quarter, but we'll let them off. The world's gone a bit crazy, but it must be there. I can't see what the issue really is. A special offer on the Control bundle. So I think, they want to encourage new Stadia Pro people to actually buy the controller, buy the hardware, because it's the best for many people. It's the best experience. The best way to play Stadia is with the Stadia controller. I love the Stadia controller. I've actually got it next to me here today because normally it's by the TV. But I love it. I'm going to get another one actually because I worry this is going to break. And I get so tense playing Doom Eternal. Or frustrated getting mullered in Crucible in Destiny 2. I want to blame the cheaters in Destiny 2, but the trouble is, it's Stadia. There's no cheaters. I've got no excuses now. Like when you play people across on PC or something, at least you can go, they're hacking. Can't do that in Stadia. So special offer on controller bundle. So maybe a $99 bundle, £99 bundle. And a new controller to the family. So that's my other one there, number 10. So, they've done the wasabi, the white, the black. Maybe, so like the Pixel, they do, is my Pixel phone, I can't remember, like a something blue. Not quite blue, I think they do. So a different, so Resurrector says Chromecast Ultra price drop. I think a bundle with Chromecast Ultra with a new controller. New controller color. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So these are my top 10 sort of loose predictions. And I'm going to nominate 5 of these. And then we can judge how correct I am. So, okay then. So that's top 10. Everybody in the next 10 seconds, put your, make sure you hit likes. If you haven't hit the like, what you're doing, hit that like. Much appreciated. And if you're new here, thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe. It all helps. Avail yourself of the super chats and super stickers. It's always nice to be loved and to feel that love, and it's always appreciated. So, go. 10 seconds. Your top 3 out of my 10. What are your top 3? Just, they don't have to be in order, but just put the numbers. So, 3, 5, 7, whatever it is. Put it down there. Let me see. 5, 6, 7. So Dazadini says 5, 6, 7. Available on MoFi. New publishers on board. Another fixed time exclusive. Okay. Resurrector 1. Roll out more countries. I think they have to, because it won't be mainstream. It's only 14 countries. People forget that. not many games, not many users on. Yeah, but there's only in 14 countries, which relative to, say, your Xbox or your PlayStation is tiny, tiny amount. Now I know it takes time, and they've got to build up the sort of support network for it, and they've got it, and they've proved it works. So it's easy. Just I think it's just flicking a switch in the right server blades. So that's good to wow. Look at that. 1, 3, and 6. 1, 2, and 5. Ben Moxham says. Nakinu says 6, 7, 4. Nikki Nakinu. Publishers. Timed exclusive wireless controller. Jay Key says 4, 3, 7. Teaser. Roll out YouTube streaming. Yes, please. Another timed exclusive. 0 games. 2, 4, 6. New games, obviously. So EA games, remember. 2 is really an EA game. 3, roll out YouTube streaming. Yep. 7. Another timed exclusive, not in-house. Brandon, lovely to see you. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. You're going number 3. You've got to name 3, Brandon. 3 out of the top 10. You got to pick another 2 there, my friend. Rock, you've only picked 2. 11 and 17. What? You had me then, Rock. I was taking that serious then. You monkey. You cheeky monkey. 5, 6, and 10. Okay, new controller to family. I think a new controller. I tell you what, if I'm right on 10, I'm buying it and I'll do an unboxing. I'll do a live unboxing. I'll buy it straight away, guaranteed. Okay. If I have a new controller, I'm going to buy it tomorrow. That's my promise. That's not part of my script today. I've just decided. Okay. So remind me, everybody, I'm going to do it. I've just got to find the money because I've just spent it all on a big computer. But anyway, who cares? We're locked down. I can't go anywhere. Controller and claw bundles. That's a good shout. They did have the claw for a while, didn't they? For a while. I wonder how popular it is. I mean, I'm not one for playing on the mobile phone, but I know that the claws are popular. You can pick them pretty cheap. I've got this one here. Came as a pair, I think, for about $10. Nice little stand as well, so you can. It goes like that. Okay, we're back. Let us get the. Ooh, we don't want that one. Sorry about this, folks. Everything's gone round. The camera's crashed. Here's the presentation. We'll be back. Please bear with me as I just get this back together. What amateur hour is shocking behaviour. Right, sorry about that, everybody. As I say, hope you can hear me all right. Let me know in the chat. I know you can't see me. Yeah. camera problems as well, so bear with me. I'll just try and sort out the camera. Woo! Let's tap to retry. Taking too long to load. Everything's taking too long to load. Okay. Right. Just going to shut that down. So anyway, that was my top 10. I'm going to... There we are. The whole thing's crushed there. Okay. Let's just open up Google Docs again. I wish my camera was working, but it's decided to die on me. What we can do, we'll just put... if I just move that there, see if we can get the other camera working. Properties... Everything's slow today. I'm going to shut that down. Properties, right, let's see if we get this camera working. Webcam. Okay. Woo! There we go. Right, this is my laptop webcam, because my main webcam, so I look a bit fuzzy. I apologize for that. Now let's try and get the presentation back up, ladies and gentlemen. Oh dear. I had all this prep, fancy presentation, everything. How are we all doing? What are your predictions? While we're all hanging around here at this amateur hour, let me know what your predictions are. As I say, predictions where you think I've not put. So things that I haven't put. That's the key thing that we're looking for. Let's just transact. So just put in the chat things you think we might get. Yeah, Tazadine, I think it has. It's in a grump. It's like a teenager. It's like my... So I could send my teenage daughter, but that's a bit harsh on her. It's having my laptop's having a teenage moment. Right. Is anybody having any trouble with Virgin Media today as well? I know that there was a few problems with that. I'm not on BT, but Call of Duty Warzone. Oh well, that was, no, I saw. Okay, I would say Alucard. I saw you just extract it then, but yeah. Come on, open up. Open up. We just want to get this presentation going. So yeah, anybody... I'm old school. I like story-driven games. David would know. I do as well, actually. Oddly enough, I like a good, Lara Croft, take you through the story, the story. Even Battlefield, it wasn't the big arena things, the PvP stuff in Battlefield 1 has less appeal to me. I just love the history and the story and the characters in the story mode on Battlefield 1. It really powerful, emotional stuff. Present. Come on, Google. We're nearly there, children. I do apologize for this. Waiting for Google Docs. Of course we're waiting for Google Docs. Come on, Google. This is what I mean. If I can't even open Google Docs, how am I expected to be able to stream my games? That's what we say. Business marketing plan, blah, blah, blah. Right. Here we go. Right. We don't want to see my fuzzy picture. We just go down there. We've done all that bit. Okay. Done that, yeah. Right. So we're back in the room. None of that last 5 minutes never happened. I apologize, everybody, for that. I hope going forward we're not going to have problems like that anymore. As I say, I've decided to invest in a decent content creating computer. So I'm going to do a live unboxing when it arrives. But the point is I've sort of favored it towards content creation as opposed to gaming, because I don't really game on my PC other than for using Stadia. So I don't need a super powerful graphics card. I prefer to go down the route of slightly more powerful processor. Anyway, but I haven't gone overboard, within a budget. But I'll be doing a live unboxing when it arrives, hopefully tomorrow. Anyway, those are my top 10. So these are the 5. Now we're on to the 5, ladies and gentlemen. The 5 things that I'm gonna put my. There should be some forfeit, but I don't know. That's risky, isn't it? What do you reckon? Do I have to get 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5? Anyway, these are them. Okay, this is what I'm going for. I'm actually looking and I'm thinking number 10 now. So these are my 5, okay? That I'm sort of placing my bets on, okay? Not that we're gambling, but this is what we're going for, okay? So 1, an announcement that they'll be rolling out to more countries beyond the 14 that they're already at. EA, an EA game of sorts, or EA committing to specific game launches, will be announced. So either maybe an Apex Legend or a FIFA or a Madden, something like that. An EA game, I think. The rollout of streaming to YouTube. I hope so. That's the one thing I was disappointed about when Stadia came, because it wasn't there on day one, which is kind of one of the major reasons I bought into it. Not only could you play games at a kind of a pretty decent gaming PC level using Stadia, but you could stream, given the issues I have with the sort of the bottleneck in the broadband. So some of these I'm thinking, I wonder whether it's my kind of business acumen looking into the future, or just wishful thinking, or maybe both. Maybe the YouTube rollout of YouTube streaming is wishful thinking. And a teaser of a game they're working on in-house, so with Stadia Entertainment, from Shannon Studstill or Jade Raymond. And finally, a special offer on controller bundle. I don't know, I'm part of me thinking a new controller to the family. Should I stick or twist? That's what I'm wondering. So, ladies and gentlemen, they're the top 5 I'm gonna put my money on. Let me know, what do you think? What do you think I'm gonna get? 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, none? What do you think happens if we're disappointed? If we're bitterly disappointed? If they just talk about, well, we launched in November, we've got, I don't know how many games they've got on there now. We've got 30, 40 odd games in the library now. We've rolled it out, Stadia, to the, offered Stadia Pro for 2 months free, and Stadia is now official, and that's where we've come, and we'll have more games coming. Thank you, goodbye. Imagine if they did that. Imagine that. I can't believe they will do that. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. And I'll tell you why. Because I've mentioned it before about Xbox. Xbox are going big in the next couple of months, if the 2 virtual conferences that I'm meant to be having are true. And because they have, Xbox are putting everything in their big console launch towards the end of the year, even if it gets to try and gain an advantage over Sony and Xbox. But Xbox know that their real competitor is potentially, let's just shut that down, sorry, Discord seems to, I think Discord is the problem. My computer keeps opening in the background, and I'm sure I uninstalled it. Anyway, Xbox have one eye on Stadia, trust me, because on one front they're fighting the current war. I don't mean electricity. The current war they're fighting with PlayStation, and obviously the console launch. That's for the now. That's for the next kind of couple of years. But they also know that they want to be there, present, and a participant in cloud, in streaming, in cloud gaming, and that's why they've got Project X Cloud. So they, on one front, they're fighting Sony for the future, the future of gaming in the next 2 years. But they're also fighting, or potentially need to get ready to fight, Stadia and Amazon and everything at the cloud gaming space in the cloud gaming, because as we've seen with traditional media, television and film media, those that weren't on board having to play catch up, and unless you've got the money of Disney Plus, you can't catch up. That's the main thing. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. So Xbox are going to go big in the next couple of months. We'll also hear from Nintendo and obviously PlayStation. So the expectation equally, as I said, without E3 and stuff, is that Google have to go big. So even if they just do a summary of where they're at and where they're going, they have to drop something, because that's the way you do it. That's the way, that's what people expect. I don't expect everything on my Christmas list, but I do expect at least one game. I mean, not one game, one big thing, yeah? So I put this Christmas list down here, as I call it, my Stadia Christmas list, my top 10, and I expect one big thing of these. I mean, mobile phones isn't that big, really. But one of the bigger things. So definitely, I think either a big publisher, like an EA announcement, and a teaser. They're the big things. So let me know what you think. They're my top 5. They're the ones I'm taking to the bank. I'm taking that to the bank. Okay, you could take that to the bank. So who's watching tomorrow? Who's going to be watching live? I was going to do a live commentary, but everybody's doing it, so I'll just jump in somebody's stream and watch, and comment in the chat. Sorry, not somebody's stream, somebody's chat that's already doing it, because I don't want to cannibalize everybody else's in the community stream. So, but I'll be watching it. So let's have a quick look at the chat. Right. Don't worry, unless you... I'd easily get a 50-year sub for 10 plus EA games and growing. Okay, Bjorn. So Bjorn Borsen says, I'd easily get... I hope I haven't mangled your name there. Sorry, I'll do a bit of a Swedish accent. Borsen. I easily get £50 year sub for 10 plus EA games and growing. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? You might not like, EA and even to Activision Blizzard, but they do the big mainstream games. They do the blockbusters, yeah? You can be into art film. I love an art film. I love a worthy Oscar film now and then. But I also love a big blockbuster. Who doesn't? And the mainstream love a big blockbuster. And if you want to be taken seriously as a games console or a game service, you need the blockbusters. And EA are effectively the Marvel of the gaming industry in terms of the properties they own. Big, one of them anyway, they own big properties, big returners, and you want those on. Not the one-offs, you want the returners. That's where the big money is, the tentpole. Every year FIFA's coming out, every year Madden, and it sells by the bucket load. You need those on your platform because it drives people. It drives the masses to the platform, and that's what you want. That's my view. I'm watching on the Stadia channel. You're better off just doing a thought recap afterwards. Thank you, Random Noob. Yeah, exactly. I don't plan to do a live thing. I'm going to watch it, and then we can. Well, we have the Generation X Gaming Club. I'm sure we'll talk about it there. We might even go early. I'll talk to The Rock about it. Call him The Rock, not The Rock. Rock. Okay, 2 different people. If it was The Rock, that'd be cool. Probably loves gaming. Got to say, as a reaction junkie, it's my guilty pleasure. I wish more people would watch Erin Hoffman John talk R&D from the GD Alternative Talk. Yeah, I watched that. It is a really, really interesting talk. Bjorn's talking about the seminar that Erin Hoffman did at the did at the Google GDC thing back in March. It was really, really interesting. David Widnall says, I bought a PS4 for God of War 4. I remember buying a Platinum Edition Gold GameCube just for Zelda. It was like a special Zelda pack. Came with Zelda, packaged with Zelda, sorry, and Wind Waker, I think it was. And Platinum. platinum coloured GameCube and platinum controller. Really cool. Zero Games for me says, imagine a golf game using Screen Connect. 4 people playing around without having to wait for each other's turn. Yeah. The Chimera demo and the Foxes was amazing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just love the idea that they could just a flick of a button and project an art style on everything instantly. Really cool. Click. I mean, just like drag and drop. David knew all the repeaters, like you said. Yeah, they do need exclusives. Don't get me wrong, and of course they're working on that, and we know the big. Although a lot of our predictions, interesting enough, actually, let's bring this together with the Project Chimera thing. So, as a number of people have said in previous podcasts and stuff, and YouTube chats, content makers in the Stadia community have said about Project Chimera, is it shortens the development time. And our predictions about an exclusive have been based on arguably old development times. Yeah, how long it takes to develop an exclusive AAA game. It takes 2.5 years, maybe 2 years if you're lucky. Big AAA game. But on the other side, we're talking that the beauty of Google, especially if it's in-house, they know how to develop and use these machine learning tools. Is part of that Project Chimera is the fact that it shortens that development time. So maybe that increases the chance that we will see a teaser trailer for their Stadia in-house, Stadia Studio exclusive game. I never thought about that because all my predictions about when we'll see an exclusive have been based on old development times. And Project Chimera and machine learning is basically screwing up the paper on old production times, development periods. So they could be much further ahead than we think. Not only because A, they probably started ages ago, but B, because they are using these new machine learning tools. Let me know what you think. Just, it came to me, big brain, came to me that. So there we go. I'm very excited. I will be watching. I will probably have other people's live as it happens podcast or broadcast, YouTube casts happening as well on my phone and stuff. So I'm super excited. It's going to be on the big TV. I'm going to be casting it onto my Chromecast Ultra to watch. So here we go. Xbox were released with Halo and that took years to write. Well, exactly. It did take years to write. But what we're talking about Project Chimera is the prospect of being able to shorten those production times. Somebody touched on it today. I think it was MM2K, or it could have been Chase in the chat they had. I'm getting a brand new computer. Oh, terrible. 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 Thank you. I want to say thank you everybody who's stuck around today. I'm going to call it a night because we've crashed, but just a big thank you for everybody who came today. I'm sorry we crashed so many times. This is why I'm getting a new, not a laptop, a new PC, which I hope to be showing off. And I hope it'll all be worth it. And I really appreciate everybody who's come today. Again, apologies for the crashes and the interruption. It's been amateur hour today. I do apologize for that. Everybody have a fabulous night, day, afternoon, wherever it is you're in the world. I shall see you around. Again, thank you for everybody who's come today, everybody who's visited the chat. And yeah, let's all be watching, getting on that Twitter, chatting away for tomorrow night. I'm very excited. But remember, kiddies, just temper that excitement. You're not going to get everything on your Christmas list. Yeah. Just be happy and grateful. As long as it's something, there's at least the one big thing, yeah? The one big thing, that's all we want. They can talk as much about as a vague roadmap and all that, but then just go at the end, oh, and by the way, plum. Oh, Michael John, thank you very much. Again, you know, I need it. I'm taking collections to buy a new computer. Yeah. Please help me buy a new computer. I'm joking, seriously. But it's always appreciated. Much appreciated for the tips. Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Bjorn, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming by. It's not always like this, I promise. I promise. Yeah, sometimes a bit more slick and professional. My laptop's just been getting worse and worse. So, as I say, fingers crossed, my new tower computer with fancy lights. I've got one with lights. Comes tomorrow. Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for tonight. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate everybody who came at the Saturday as well. That was really cool. And I shall see you around. Catch me on Twitter tomorrow, chatting about the Stadia Connect. I hope all your wishes and dreams come true, as they say. And on that note, farewell, one and all. Goodbye.